Welcome back, everyone. You are on Minier's page, where you'll find the best EGD tutorials, and on other days, we discuss other things. In today's tutorial, I'd like us to look at civil drawings for grade 11s. In particular, I want us to look at how to approach a civil question paper. This particular topic falls in line with things that we've done in grade 10. If you go back to some of our videos, you'll see the basics of drawing civil drawings in one of my playlists. If you need any help with some prior information there, that's one of the videos that you can watch. I'm going to structure this video as a speed run video. There'll be parts where I pause and discuss with you some principles and ideas and approaches in how you need to do this question. In the first phase, I'm going to be speaking to you guys about how to draw a civil drawing, a civil floor plan. And then in the next phase, I will show you how to construct your elevation drawing. And in the last section, I'm going to show you how to draw your sectional elevation. Now, how many times must I re-emphasize this? Practice, practice, practice. Enjoy. As soon as you get your civil question paper, the first thing that I recommend that you do is to label your floor plan. That is to go through each and every room, looking at the question, finding out what is the room designation, and lastly, what kind of finish does that room have. So for instance, you will know that kitchens will usually have tiles on the floor. Now, how to do this is simple. You have to draw a margin line there that will help you as a guide. This line must not be bigger than 3 millimeters. And in between those two lines, then you will write in capital letters and in print the designation. And then underneath that line, draw another set of two lines again that will act as a guide for where you will write down the finish of your floor. The next thing that I recommend is for you to draw your windows and your doors. This will help you to speed up the process of completing the drawing, because this is just finding out where the gaps are on your floor plan, looking at the question where it's written W1 or D1 for window and door respectively, and then adding where the door and window should be. The third thing that I recommend that you should do is to draw any appliances or fixtures that need to be in the building. So looking at the question again, you will see in a certain room letters like WB, WC, SH. Then you need to look at those particular symbols for those abbreviations. Now remember that when you draw these, you are not drawing them as the computer symbol. Instead, you need to show them as a symbol from how we do it as a drawing, which is our South African standards. So use the scale of the drawing. Most times a civil floor plan drawing and everything in it will be at a scale of 1:50. So that means that divide certain parts or divide measurements of that particular object by 50 and then draw the answer that you get. Use the answer that you get as a measurement. The last thing that you have to do after that is to section your floor plan. So take your 45-degree set square and section the floor plan by using the groove on the 45-degree set square. Make sure that you don't take time with this. I've watched countless learners take millions of hours just doing the sectioning and then missing out on other marks. It's important for me to mention that in some other questions, there may be varying things. They may ask you for other things that I have not spoken about here. So look at the marking rubric that's on the right-hand side of your drawing. It will indicate other things that I may have not spoken about here. But I believe that what I've told you about is the best process to take in completing your floor plan. Now let's take a look at the video. The next thing to move on from there is to complete the elevation of the drawing. First things first, get the scale of the height of the drawing. So take your calculator and calculate the scale of the height of the drawing. Then what I would then do is project the lines from my top view upwards. This is for me to have them as guides in order to draw the walls of my elevation. I will then construct the ground level for my elevation, and don't forget to label it. After that, then I will then project my windows and doors. To complete the drawing, I will then scale my window and door measurements. This is by looking at the question paper and looking at the window and door schedule. Take the measurements of each item and scale it, so divide it by 50 in this case. Then place and provide details like door frames and window openings as based by the question. The last piece is to construct our sectional elevation. To construct the sectional elevation, you need to look at the question paper first. You will notice that this part of the drawing is at scale of 1:20. So it will become larger than both of these other drawings. You will also notice that they give you a starting point for your sectional elevation. So first things first, apply the scale. For me, that would mean to take my calculator and divide all the measurements that are on the page by 20. And then take note of them, so writing them down on the paper, and then lastly then applying them. So when I create my measurements, I will use the new figures and numbers that I got from my calculations. After drawing the skeletal part of my sectional elevation, it's important for me to make you note that the lines that move from the actual drawing must touch the break line that is provided to you. That is for marks. And people lose marks when they don't do that. Lastly, section your elevation. So section the walls, hedge the floor, the compact hardcore, the earth, the foundation, the concrete slab, etc. And also add in either a window or a door as prescribed by the question. That you will see from the question paper. It will give you a cutting plane that you will have to use. After you've added that, check again on the marking rubric for any other marks that we may have not spoken about here. Then you can start finalizing your picture or your drawing and complete it. I want to thank you again for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I will get back to you. Bye.